Hey guys, it's your boy Cross-Eyed Mackie slash YSA. Now, I'm slowly going to be transitioning into YSA because Cross-Eyed Mackie is sadly no longer a thing. Now, I cannot get into too much about it, but I had to stop my channel. I created this new one, just for a fresh start. And since I had a little bit better equipment, I put more effort into creating the channel. Now my computer is for some reason giving me problems, so that's a whole other situation right there. But I can still do this stuff on my cellular device, as they say. But anyways, this what if is gonna be about what if Takemichi was Hanma's brother. Little, we can't do all this, it's kinda weird. Hanma's little brother. Now, as you can see, what's really honestly going to change the story? Well, first of all, I wanted Takemichi to go under some kind of training. I don't know what. At first, I do want him to go under his brother's training, of course. But also, I would probably want him to be a crazy psycho like his brother. For thrills and fun, is just a straight up zombie. But I want Takemichi a little bit more logical than Hanma. Kind of like a Hanma 2.0, but better. So like, better than OG Hanma, better looks, and a little shorter, not crazy-ish. He got that. He has it sometimes. But yeah, I also have a little surprise for you guys later on in the story, or if this is like a one-time thing, or if I make it into multiple parts. So, other than that, let's get into the what if.
Sorry about that.
Honestly,
it may not
in
be
my
long
opinion,
for you guys, but I did
the ages match up perfectly. So time leaping
this
is not
how
going to be a thing for me because
a lot would go the same as in canon.
It wouldn't really make much
but
sense.
Instead of Chon being there to help Kazutora help,
it just don't make no
defeating
sense.
Mikey, even though they did it
So
in the end.
time leaping wouldn't be a thing.
We're
The
gonna
ages match it up perfectly.
Do this how
the
I think
ages
this would
match
go.
it up.
So.
Oh my God, English.
Takemichi would go against
the ages match up perfectly with.
So now,
since technically Takemichi doesn't time leap in this,
Kisaki,
he would be 14, and if you look it up, Hanma is 16, so it's pretty close, not too close in age gap, so 2 years.
So early for me.
So
this is how
now,
I think would go.
The thing about Takemichi is,
Takemichi just wipes the floor with him.
He's like,
eventually,
I'm trying to give him a perfect personality to fit him. But then, I'm not sure yet. Let's just give it a few words.
So Takemichi's right there. He's gonna pretend to punch
crazy.
Baji, but spin around him and kick Kazutora. And then
let's say you have
would go like this.
Hanma, and then let's say he had an actual legit brother in Tokyo Revengers.
Even though
Hanma would be like the crazy sadistic one
posing
who's all over the place, and then his brother, which would be in this
kind of like tell everybody
part,
to back off,
would be Takemichi, the calm one, collected, but still kind of crazy. So that's how I was pointing the direction to. So starting off, Takemichi's young life is actually pretty booty. Now, if you don't know this, Hanma's mom is pretty.
Move on to all.
Yeah, she doesn't care about them.
Not all.
Yeah, she really doesn't.
The next arc,
I'm pretty sure she gets like a paycheck for them or something every year. I didn't go too much into his background story. But I'm just going to make up a little bit because, yeah. So don't, this is not all facts. So,
I'm going to have to cut this.
Takemichi and Hanma were adopted. This is not their biological mom. Their biological mom left them after their father died in a car crash. Now, the mom only keeps them because she gets a paycheck for each of them every year. I mean,
to it, correct?
Like, why would you do that? That's so
if you know,
sad. So,
Takemichi doesn't
now,
know too much
Hanma
about this.
Maybe a crazy little fucker, but he's always stood out for his little brother Takemichi since they were little. They went into the system when they were 4 and Takemichi was 2, and then as they slowly grew up, Takemichi was adopted at 8 and Hanma at 10 by this lady. So this lady, grandfather, he knew pretty good fighting. Now Hanma got into it, just not too much though. Not too much. And Takemichi was really into it. Now, Takemichi would learn different types of fighting ways. So the first way is the only karate way. Well, technically it's called Taekwondo, which is
whenever
certain fighting style mainly using kicks.
Now,
and then he would become like, he would have
highly
a
different.
decent
So,
level
as
of
you know,
understanding on
who are
professional
all the people
boxing.
with him?
So now you can tell
These are
that
the people who are gonna be with
Takemichi's
him
going to
in my
be a
story.
decent.
Of
So
course, it's not gonna be
Takemichi's always
Hinata,
pissed off because like,
Takemichi
yo, my
never had
brother
time to really get
is
into
a
relationship.
all right, he's a
with
dickhead.
Hinata.
Come on now.
It would
So
be
him and his
Imogen,
brother would get
'cause
into a lot of fights, but Hanma would always
not?
at the end stick up for
Hawkeye and
Takemichi no matter
Yuzuha.
what.
Let's just say Emma and Yuzuha
In this
were hanging
AU,
out.
I'm gonna
And
go
then
a little bit
Hawkeye
more to
and
like
then Takemichi. Now,
Hanma's kind of like,
since Emma's only there. No, actually, scratch that. Emma's
he's
not
kind of
there.
like that one
So,
brother.
since
Like
Emma or
other
Hinata's
people see him
not
as
there,
crazy or anything,
Takemichi,
but like he's actually
no one
kind of
has to
caring
worry
on the
about
inside
them
of
getting
his
hurt.
brother.
So
Only his brother.
now
Only.
Takemichi's
So
like, look, bro,
we're
I don't care if
gonna
I'm getting beat up or
kind
not.
of start
Ain't
the
finna talk
arc
to me any
at
kind of way they
the
want to.
time whenever
So that's
Takemichi
whenever
was first be joining
Takemichi
Toman.
decides to straight up
So
stick this man
Takemichi's with his
Taiju
brother
in the
Hanma,
face.
correct?
Now,
Now
this is
his
starting
brother
out
was
a
like,
little
"Hey, I'm meeting
fight.
this dude named Kasaki.
Now, at
You know,
first,
life's
Coco
been
would
boring
try to
around
jump
here
in,
and all.
Taiji,
So
he,
you
like,
know
stand
how
back.
Hanma
This
is.
is my
He
fight. Let me deal
wants
with
to go
this.
see Kasaki.
So
Now Takemichi's like,
at first,
I
he was kind
mean,
of getting whooped.
my brother's
And then
16
he
now,
kind
and
of
I'm
like
14.
started getting a little used to
We should
Taiji.
maybe try out
And that's
games,
whenever
because
they both
Takemichi's always grown up
around Hanma.
He's kind of developed
Taiji
his
would drop
thinking
to his
mentality.
knees, but Takemichi would drop
now
all the
I'm
way down to
still
the
trying
ground.
to decide
Which
after
game
them
he
throwing
would
the little
fit
hits.
best in.
So
Now, at
Taiju's
first,
like,
I was thinking,
thinking,
crazy,
Tenjuku,
like
but
Taiju is actually straight up considering
it's
kind of
like
in Black Dragons.
not really
like, this
known
is a
as
must.
of right now.
If he's able to get me on my
Black
knees,
Dragons could
like
work.
this, I might need him.
No, Black Dragons
So
is after.
now
Okay.
this is whenever
So I'm probably just gonna put him in Tomon for now. So
carries
it's just like a regular day for him.
Tokyo.
Now he doesn't really go to
Takemichi
school that
back to
much,
the
so people
next
don't really
Tomon
know
meeting,
him. So
and they're
whenever he
discussing,
heads
like,
to school,
well, I mean,
he's not
it's a
friends
little
with
hard to
Akun,
decide
but like
since
Akun's,
this is
like,
different from canon.
like they're
it
just
was different
acquaintances.
because
They talk
Taiji
every
just
now and then.
So he
straight
comes up and he sees
manhandle
Kiyomusa.
Takemichi.
But in this one,
Kiyomatsu,
Takemichi was able
please,
to at least
please let me
defend
know
himself a
in the
little
comments if
better
I'm
than
saying his name
way better
But
than he did
He
last
sees
time.
this man
I
straight
think
up
he got, like,
bullying
one
this
hit
man
on
Akun.
Taiju in that.
Now Takemichi's like,
Takemichi
look,
in
I
this
don't really
one
know,
threw
man, but
multiple
bullying's
hits.
not cool.
Now his brother
He's
is
a
coming
little
over,
more
like, look, I don't know what
not
y'all
off
problem
the
is,
edge like his brother
but I'm not
Hanma.
finna let no dude
So
disrespect
Takemichi
my
comes
brother
up
like
and is
that.
like, bro, what
If
is you
y'all with me
doing?
or not,
And
I'm finna go down
Kiyomatsu's
there
like,
and manhandle
like,
this
on
kid.
his
So, like,
his
menace
since,
stuff,
with this
Hanma.
little
So
straw
this is
in
a
his
little
mouth
like
and that
story
cutting
arc for
at
Hanma
me.
also,
But
because he's gonna be struggling with
he
listening to
started talking
Kasaki's
straight up
plans.
crap
But
to
since
this man,
Takemichi's kind of on the
Now,
other
if you
side
were
of
watching
him,
this, if
how's
this
he
was a
supposed to
legit
even it
anime,
out? Because
if it was
now in
canon,
this story, as
you
I
would see
said before,
Takemichi get like a
Hanma
little
is
angry
like
tick on his
always
head. You know how
wanting
they
to
be
be
doing
there
in
for his
anime.
brother.
And this man
You know,
Takemichi just straight
so,
up drop kicks this man.
Sorry about the background
One
noise.
shot,
I
this
think my
man.
brother just bit my mom.
And now Mikey is
Don't worry,
walking up
he's
and he
almost
sees
2.
Takemichi do that.
He's not.
And now Mikey's
like
in
a
his head
10-year-old.
like, hey.
So
It's a little similar to what I learned.
now it's gonna be like a
'cause
little.
I think his
character
grandpa
arc,
knew
a solution for Hanma.
His grandpa had a dojo
So,
when they were younger.
Yeah, I think so.
Takemichi.
And so Mikey's like goes down.
I think I might want to
kind of
recruit
like
him.
canon.
So
but
Mikey
instead
walks
of
up
just
and
Takemichi turns around and he's like, "Oh,
and
Sano Manji,
you know,
this
like,
time they have
like
Baji with them.
Mikey.
Baji's
Bro, you
gonna
know
be
what
a
I mean.
major
Come
help.
on now.
And
So,
this time Hanma's not gonna betray them because his brother's on that side.
Takemichi walks
Now
up to
Kasaki
Mikey.
is
Like,
starting to
what do
feel
you
a little
want?
trouble,
And then
like,
Mikey's like, so
he's starting to resist a little. Because
and now
brother.
Takemichi's like,
And I
it's
can't
kinda
have that
perfect.
happening.
I mean,
So
didn't my
Kasaki
brother say
is
something about
notifying
Kasaki wanted
as
to do something
Takemichi as an enemy ever since the Valhalla battle.
I think this
Now,
could work. So Takemichi agrees to join the gang.
With this,
That's whenever
I will
Mikey,
now,
of course, decides
don't
to
get me
take him
wrong.
up down to the first Tomon meeting.
Takemichi's strong, but
So,
I don't think he's in a
Takemichi
mental
is, of
state
course,
to be
gonna
a
start off as,
complete
like, a little
leader
rookie.
yet in a division.
You know, kind of
So
like
he'll be like,
if you're new
kinda,
at
I'm
a
doing
job,
division
you're not
captains
treated
and
with complete
vice
respect.
captains.
You have to prove yourself.
So he'll be like,
or you have to be a long-time veteran.
Hold up, I gotta go check my Google
So,
Docs. I'm gonna do a little time skip. So Takemichi's
spending time with his brother. Now, Takemichi doesn't know that Hanma is in Valhalla, and Toman and Valhalla is just finished fight. So, yeah. So, we're going to time skip to 2 days before the Valhalla, fight. So, Takemichi's just in school chilling, right? This is when this man, Kazutora, pulls up like, so, you're Hanma's little brother. Why'd you join Toman? And then Takemichi was like, I don't know. Just because they offered it, And so that's whenever Kazutora talks a little, they go down to Valhalla's meeting place. The Chifu thing happens. That kind of goes the same as in canon, but it's a little rough at first because he's the brother of Hanma, the leader of Valhalla. So, come on now. Sorry about that. So, now we're gonna do the full time when Valhalla and Tomon's is finna fight. So, Takemichi's is nervous, like, I'm finna fight my brother. What do I do, So then that's whenever... Sorry about that. That's whenever... Oof, my God. I'm having, like how dudes, I don't know if girls have this, I'm not trying to be sexist, but like whenever you're just sitting and randomly you get this pain in your chest or your side, bro, I hate that. I just had to completely doze right back to reality after that happened. But anyways, so I'm just gonna do a brief explanation of this because it's not that it was a bad arc, it's like it wasn't as crazy as the other arcs. So let's go. The fight starts. Kazutora just wakes straight up, smack that man in his head, saying, what he said. Draken and Hanma fight. Takemichi's kind of worried, but he can't do anything about it. So then, honestly, in my opinion, this is how I think matchups would go. Oh my God, excuse me. Wait, you're supposed to say bless you. There's nobody here. But so this is how I think matchups will go. Now I'm gonna take a little pause because I have these Google Docs already ready. So I'll be back. So as you know, as of right now in the storyline, Hanma is a 6th Division captain. And if you look on, Google, Wiki, Chrome, or whatever you use, there is no 6th Division vice captain. So since they're brothers, he's going to be the 6th Division vice captain, kind of like how Happy and Angry are for the 4th Division. So now that that's clarified, this is how the thing's going to go this time. Yuzuha, Hawkeye, Chifu, oh my god, Hanma, Baji, and Takemichi. Yeah, I think that's it, and Kasaki. But Kasaki's not going to be pulling any different type of strings other than trying to persuade Yuzuha to straight up stab this man. So after they solve the mystery, it's time for matches. So this time, they do not notify Toman at all. Now, Toman would actually arrive to the scene late in this part of canon because of something they're dealing with, which I'll let you know. So, this is how I think this would go. So, we'll probably have, Hanma dealing with the people outside and Chifu. Chifu and Hanma would team up to take out the people outside. Baji would probably fight Coco. Please don't do this to me. Why is it so hard to say their names? So, yeah, that would happen. And I feel like I'm missing something, hon. Why do I feel like I'm missing something? I know Takemichi's gonna fight Taiji. Alright, let me fix that. Kasaki and Chifu is going to be out dealing with the people in the courtyard. And then Hanma is going to be in there fighting Inupi, however you say his name, bro. I'm finna cry. But this is how the matchups would go. So the people outside. So I think Chifuyu and Kisaki would not beat them, but of course they would be able to deal with them pretty good. Now, they wouldn't be able to beat them and overall would lose, but that's whenever, Baji's fighting Koko and Takemichi just swipes that man in his head because he feels like this is wasting time. He tells Baji to go out there and deal with the people out in the courtyard, and he does the same for him. And his brother's just beats up Inupi because he did it already. He did. So, this is how I think Taiji vs. Takemichi would go. So it would go the same as last time, but this time Takemichi is a little bit more fueled by rage, just because of the fact that he has a sibling bond with Hanma, so he can kind of tell that's not right. That's horrible. That's something a person should do. So this man is completely raged up. I'm Mr. Rage, Cardi B, everything. I said Cardi B. Oh my God, ain't no way I'm doing this. Playboy Cardi. So yes, Takemichi would officially BITCH this man Taiju. Now, not completely, but he'll be able to beat him up. So, this is now appointing as Takemichi a straight up menace to society. Now that Koko and Inupi is kind of they're dazed, but not completely. They see dang, that kid just beat up our boss. So then, yeah. So this is whenever Mikey and them get there. So this is the thing. Kisaki set up Takemichi for failure. He had this little plan to make Takemichi look like he was a traitor. Because, of course, his brother with the Valhalla incident and all that stuff like that. So, of course, Kisaki stays in Tomon this time. And Takemichi and Hanma are kicked out. So, since Baji's bro, this man straight up saved my life, Baji decides to leave Tomon, and since it's Baji, Chifu decides to leave too. And also Hakai, because Hakai, I don't know how to say their name. But they decide to leave. Now you can see which direction I'm going in. So, this is how I think this would go. Takemichi would take some of the people from the 10th generation of Black Dragons and make a completely new gang, which is gonna be 62 Aces. Wait, actually, if anybody's actually watching this, can you decide for me? 62 Aces or Red Bullets? Or give me a name, because I'm not good with those kind of things, really. So, now this is how things would be with Takemichi being a president. Now, don't get me wrong. People may not like this, but honestly, I like this. Because, why not? It's not bad or anything. I mean, it's not. So, would it be Takemichi, Hanma? So Kisaki decided to drop Hanma because, his brother is keeping Hanma from reaching the full potential of what Kisaki needs for him to do. So Kisaki decides to drop him. So then Hakai, or however you say his name, he kind of persuades the Black Dragons to go with Takemichi. Mainly because of the fact that they're a little scared of Takemichi, but as you can see, you can kind of see the direction I'm going. Now, you're like, but isn't Baji part of the original group members? Well, honestly, now, don't get me wrong. Baji did technically only do it to, find intel. But if he's able to leave a gang once, I think he'll be able to do it again. Especially if the person leaving the gang is kicked out for no reason and he knows it and that person saved his life. So then these are the people who will be going from Black Dragons, which would be, of course, Koko and Inupi, which creating the new game, which is whatever the name you guys decide in comments. I'm going to make part 2 probably if you guys haven't decided, because I'm pretty sure there's not that many people watching this right now, because I'm not crazy famous on YouTube. Come on now. I have 2 subscribers, but I'm so glad at least 2 people like my video. Hey, thumbs up, right? But anyways, this is how the new game would be. Now, I don't know if you guys like this. I kind of honestly think this development is a little unique with Takemichi being a president, since he's able to, beat up somebody like Taiju. Now, it's not like, Mikey, like, hey, yo, just one kick. Now, Takemichi did have to put in just a tiny bit effort to beat him up. But after the time skip of high school, honestly, well, we already went through it. But we're gonna do a little time skip of Takemichi trying to get stronger. So yeah, he's gonna be training up his people too. It's nothing crazy, just to make sure of their victory. So with the new arc coming, I think everything could go in a unique way with the story how I'm doing it. So let me just give you guys like a little tad bit small spoiler for the next part. So first of all, of course you know what arc is after that, which is Tenjuku. Now honestly, how is 62 Aces, Black Bullets, or whatever we call them, gonna tie up in between the battle between Tenjuku and yeah. So as you know, Kisaki, first of all, is in and Tenjuku, and Hanma. Now you're like, but didn't Kisaki just drop Hanma? Now Kisaki has already promised in this canon. He already promised Aizana Hanma, and Aizana and Kisaki have already built a plan off of using Hanma. So that's whenever Kisaki's decide, what if I can get us to start a little small short alliance with 62 Aces, Red Bullets, or whatever we call them. So that's how it's gonna tie up, but then they're gonna slowly see what's wrong with the situation and all that, blah 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 blah. So then, yeah, that's gonna be some of the story for the next part. Then I'm slowly gonna get into the Three Deities arc, with Senju, South, and all that. Now, guys, you may completely hate me for this, but I do ships, whatever I feel fit for the situation. I didn't do Hinata and Takemichi because I think Takemichi's not the type to date a girl like Hanma. Only canon Takemichi. So, other than that, what does your generic YouTuber say? Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that is. But anyways, if you don't mind, straight up Kamehameha, that subscribe button, and final bang flash attack. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Ain't no way I just said that. That's subscribe button. This is Yellow Saiyan Anime /YSA. See you later. Deuces.